Dobrý večer, přátelé, dobrý večer. Dneska začínám krapet později a vzhledem tomu, že zítra ráno budu muset fungovat už od brzkých ranních hodin, tak to asi dneska i trošičku dřív zabalím, takže dneska to bude jenom takový kratší výlet do Kingsbridge. Takže uvidíme, jak dlouho. Jak dlouho to dneska dáme. Aspoň hodinku bych to viděl. Každopádně uvidíme, co tady dovymyslíme. Takže co? Budeme muset tady dodělat nějakou tu stavbu. Ještě tady budeme muset dořešit toho Alfreda. Jdem to tady nějak dovymyslit.
Yeah, if I talk to Tom now, he'll insist I stay at the construction site and work. Am I really done out here?
Asi jo.
Jack!
What?
Come here, please. You wanted to finish your Corbel and I let you. Instead, you pick another fight with Alfred. You mock him in front of others because he can't read. And don't tell me he started it, because everyone else told me you started the fight. Sub-Prior Remy just told me you disturbed the monks in the scriptorium.
Philip told me to practice reading.
The Bible, not the kind of book you were looking for. Then you go and waste your time in the cemetery and the market, and in the kitchen, and chatting to the Fullers.
I made a barn for them. I wanted to help them.
You should have been working instead. Don't you know how close we are to shutting down the construction? If I'd not planned ahead, it would all be over now. But how am I to plan ahead if I can't rely on you, Jack?
What? Watch out! Whoa.
Are you all right?
Yes. Up here! Hey, hurry up, quick!
What's going on here?
Your son thinks I dropped the stones.
You were the one who pulled them up, weren't you?
Of course. That is my job.
He was probably angry because he might not get paid.
Alfred, stop it.
What?
Peter, what happened?
I'm not sure. But there was a monk. He was wearing a black robe. And when he saw me looking at him, he ran away. Maybe it was him.
A black robe? Are you saying this was my fault?
No, no. I'm sure I didn't recognize him. He wasn't from here.
No. Peter dropped the stone and doesn't want to admit it.
I assure you, a monk would never do such a thing.
I saw a monk in black, in the market.
Oh, did you? I was there too when you were. Tell us, what did he do when you saw him?
Rozbil velký džbán, že by...
He broke a big jug.
That wasn't a monk. I was there. That never happened.
Maybe I remembered it wrong.
Jack, take the rest of the day off. I don't want you two to get into another fight.
What about the monk?
We don't know that there was a monk.
Accidents happen. We'll check all the ropes to make sure there won't be another one.
Už je to úplně pryč? To mě štve tohleto. Už je to někde úplně mimo obrazovku. Se to tentokrát dostalo. Už si nepřečteme vůbec nic tady z těch věcí. Se to postupně rozbíjelo, až se to rozbilo úplně. Dalo by se to třeba... Co stane teď? Tím si nepomůžu. Ne. Prostě to tady není ten text.
Excuse me, Philip? Philip?
I'm sorry.
Is everything all right?
I was just thinking about my brother. What is it?
Aliena is ready to go to Shiring with you.
Then I must not keep her waiting. As we rode, Aliena expressed relief that Percy Hamley held court in Shiring Town during the Fleece Fair, and not in her father's castle. I had not yet confessed to Aliena that I blamed myself for her father's fate. I felt the guilt and shame starting to rise when we came to a large group of peasants looking as desperate as the refugees that had come from Earl's Castle back then.
Můžeme asi přeskakovat rovnou.
Philip stopped to talk to the peasants, and so did I. Of course, he couldn't pass by people in need of help. Not even when he was on his way to try and save Kingsbridge from another attack by the Hamleys. Two of the peasants broke into tears and begged for food. Philip was mortified as they grabbed the hem of his robe and pleaded for mercy. They said they were from Wigley. They had illegally erected a mill and hadn't paid taxes to the Earl of Shiring for grinding flour. I bit my lip when they mentioned the title that used to belong to my father. As punishment, the Earl had destroyed their mill. Philip seemed unsure what to say about Percy Hamley's punishment for these peasants. I was less hesitant. I asked why they'd built an illegal mill. The peasants told us that milling taxes had doubled in their village. The peasants shouted and cried that the Earl had also burnt their fields, destroyed their houses, and taken their livestock from them. A few of them had even been killed. Philip told them to go to Kingsbridge for food. As we rode on, he said nothing. Maybe he had begun to lose hope that he would ever solve his problems with the Earl in Shiring.
I had never trusted the Hamleys, but it seemed I had grown careless over the years. They had thus far kept their word to King Stephen, but now I felt I should have known that they would eventually break it. As I was thinking these grim thoughts, we passed by a gallows with two men dangling by their necks. An old woman stood by one of the corpses and snarled at us.
The old woman looked at us like a cornered animal. Philip demanded to know what had happened. She cackled and shook her head. She continued looking through the dead men's clothes. She'd already taken off their shoes and found a couple of coins on one of the corpses. Only now I realized that someone had tied foxtails to the corpses. Their hands had been cut off and their faces were burnt. I asked with a stern voice what had happened to the men. The old woman cackled and said that they had played with fire. When Philip asked that she should, by God, answer my question, she became serious. She told him that these men were poachers caught by the Earl's men hunting in his forests. Philip rode on, and when I caught up with him, I could see that now, more than ever, he was determined to talk to Percy Hamley.
Jo, to bude asi zajímavý rozhovor.
Aliena rode by my side without knowing that I had long been responsible for her family's fate, ever since I had made the mistake of trusting Waleran by God. I felt like a fly in a cobweb. Every move I made seemed to lead to further calamities. But then I heard Aliena as she sped past me. "Shiring," she exclaimed.
Což je proto, abys dokončil svou podporou. S podporou Ellen a Amelia se ti podařilo Valchařům pomoci. Alfred tě má rád, ale ty ses mu pomstil. OK. Richard se snaží získat hrastný svět pro sebe a Alienu. Navštívil si Cuthberta a řekl si bratru Arnoldovi, že ho pohřbíš. Zničil si 2 vosí hnízda. No jich tam možná bude víc asi.
This is him.
A face like that never changes. If anyone can get you an audience with the Earl, it's Sheriff Eustace.
I hope Percy Hamley will show more understanding with us than he did with the people of Wigley. I'm concerned what kind of man Percy Hamley must have become to kill people for mere poaching. Good day, Sheriff. I must talk to the Earl. It's a legal matter of utmost urgency.
Get in line, monk.
Are they all waiting to see him?
What did you expect on court day, monk?
I fear this is going to take a while.
I'll go look for Richard. Seeing that he's going into battle, he needs equipment.
In the meantime, let's hope I can persuade the Earl to rethink this breach of our agreement.
I'll talk to Meg about the sales of the Priory's wool as well. We will find a way to keep the cathedral's construction going, Philip, with or without the stone and timber they took from us.
We must.
Hej. Tak. Nejdřív musíme si promluvit s tou obchodnicí, s tou Meg.
Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is upon us.
Kolář, ještě s nosem. Asi tady teda to musíme prošmejdit víc.
As it is written in the book of Matthew.
Tady je.
Good quality.
Things are taking place that will lead our generation to an end.
Daylight robbery.
We agreed on the price.
Good to see you, Meg. I'm here to collect the money we've made so far.
Excuse me. We're in the middle of something.
What's the problem?
Even you merchants have become thieves. What a rotten place this has become.
He ordered the cartload of wool weeks ago, but now he refuses to pay the price we'd agreed upon.
Let's think about why the prices are so high this year.
So you can put more money into your pockets?
Actually, the Earl has raised all fees. It costs more to pass the gate, to set up shop, to get a license, and to trade.
I suppose. But the price is not as was agreed.
Did you use a tally to record the price?
But, are you with the sheriff? Just who are you, woman?
I am the owner of this business.
Oh.
Here's our half, Aliena.
Now, would you kindly hand me your part of the tally? There are more notches on our part.
2 pieces, 2 different prices.
Granted, adding notches to our part would have been much easier.
Aha! You're admitting it.
But the area with missing notches is thinner than the rest.
You're right. It looks like something was carved off.
What? Are you saying I'm a fraud?
Look, times are hard for all of us. I won't report you to the sheriff.
This wool will not make enough cloth for all of my master's servants' clothes. Let alone all the shirts he wants for himself.
Whoever pays servants and wants to wear many shirts should be able to pay the price for quality wool like this.
Quality? Yes, but it is not high quality. Now that you mention it, I see it. I cannot pay that much money for bad wool like this.
Now he's doubting the quality.
Fine. Then let me prove the quality of my wool.
Just you try. I'm taking my business elsewhere.
Meg is managing this store for me.
3. Not just gonna give them away for free.
Outrageous. First you say one thing, and then you say another. Is this how you treat all your customers?
I'll find an expert and prove it.
I'm waiting. You're trying to rip me off.
Let us work out a compromise.
Come on. I thought you had more to spare than that.
That's not the price we agreed on.
It is what we agreed on.
But I'm not here to buy
Both
anything.
of us.
You thought the Earl was bad before.
No, I'll keep the wool.
Let's negotiate.
How's your family?
Daylight robbery.
We agreed on the price.
Get sick from worrying too much.
Same as me.
That's not the price we agreed on.
It is what we agreed
How am I
on.
supposed to keep a
Both
family
of us.
woman fed like this?
No, I might still need
It's all
this.
too
You're trying to rip me
expensive.
off.
Let us work out a compromise.
Fabrics, good fabrics. Get them before the Earl does. My business elsewhere.
Please,
The
calm
fleeces
down.
used to be bigger.
And that's not because of
Daylight
rain.
robbery.
We agreed on the price.
Got to make up for those taxes somehow.
Hmm.
Sorry.
You're trying to rip
This is
me
all I
off.
got.
The end is upon us, but our Earl will lead us to salvation.
Is that so?
A hard hand for hard times. It will all make sense. You will see.
Tak, jdeme hledat odborníka na kvalitu vlny. Vlámští obchodníci, děvče s masem a kovář.
Aren't you tired of Christian art? Their sad faces and dull colors are always giving me a foul mood, just like this town.
I agree. I'd prefer to see lush paintings of the fine things in life.
Excuse me, would you care to give me your opinion on the quality of this wool?
Of course. Please, show us. Oh, how wonderfully soft.
And what thorough scouring. There isn't a hint of dirt or grease.
The fibre is exceptionally fine, and the colour is even and light.
Suitable for high-quality garments.
I'm glad you think so too. Would you be so kind as to confirm this to a customer of mine, should the need arise?
Of course. Just send them our way.
With all these taxes and the shrinking markets, I wasn't sure whether visiting shiring would still be worth it. But for that quality of wool, I'll say it is.
Vida. To nebylo těžký.
Our food is rotting, our animals dying, our homes crumbled.
First you say one thing, and then you say another. Is this how you treat all your customers?
There are Flemish merchants just a few streets away. They were very interested in my wool, and they would be delighted to confirm its quality to you.
Anyone can let their friends lie for them.
Pořádat veřejnou dražbu nebo prodat vlnu vlámským obchodníkům. Co kdybychom udělali dražbu?
Then we'll leave it to the people. We'll sell the wool at the afternoon auctions. That way it fetches a fair price for certain.
No, wait. Maybe we can negotiate. My master would not want me to leave here with empty hands.
Diplomaticky navrhnout kompromis?
Let's find a compromise. You buy the wool at the price we believe we agreed upon.
Why would I do that?
I will guarantee you first rights to my wool next year.
The prices go up when more than one bidder is involved.
I know. My master would not be pleased if I returned without wool one day. He's got an awful temper.
Tak.
Fair enough. We have a deal.
A je to.
I'll buy your wool at your price.
No, Vida.
A pleasure doing business with you.
You've learned well. A good merchant always strives for a deal that feels like a victory for both sides.
I had a good teacher. One more thing. Could you try to get Ovid's Amores for me when you travel to Winchester? It's a book.
Yes, I can ask Brother Theobald. His book collection is more comprehensive than the church would like.
Then he'll be the right one to ask. Thank you.
No problem at all.
Tak.
Maybe another fleece on top.
Three. Not just gonna give them away for free.
How many of you?
Dám mu tolik peněz jako Richardovi, dát mu víc peněz než Richardovi. Podělíme to. Nebo... Nebo potřebujou víc. Možná krapet víc.
Here.
I'm astonished that you can still find trade in times like these. I can only repay you with my gratitude for now. And our priory's wool, of course. It should be enough to keep our workers around until I have solved our problems with Percy Hamley. But Tom said that without stone and timber, we will have to stop construction in a month.
You must speak to the Earl. I still have to give Richard his money. But then I'll come and wait with you.
From the looks of it, I'll be standing here for quite a while.
Tak.
Would you be free for a sales discussion later today?
Ah, Lady Aliena, for you I will always find time.
I've heard business is slow.
Not for me it isn't. Plenty of knights need my services. His men have cleaned up well, I'd say. It suits me just fine that the Earl has swept the criminals off the streets. And those complaining about money and fees were never my customers or my friends.
Have you seen Richard and his knights?
They came by and looked at a few swords, but they didn't mention where they were going.
What are you carrying there?
Not for sale. Or eating. Don't steal! Go away!
Oh, I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh.
Have you seen a group of knights?
I'm not sure. I saw so many people today.
It's all right.
Tak jdeme pátrat tady.
Can I interest you in some horse bread?
Is that the only kind you have here?
It's the only one that hasn't gone green yet, I think.
If you sell green bread, your customers will get sick and you'll get into trouble.
What? Are you with the sheriff?
No, don't worry. Have you heard of Richard of Shiring, the knight?
Whoever that is, he surely hasn't bought bread today. Why don't you ask the sheriff? He seems to have his eye on everyone.
Excuse me, do you know if something happened in Shiring? I know we suffer because of the war, but the town never used to seem this grim and hopeless.
Oh, we wouldn't know. We are but pilgrims in search of God's miracles. And a saint who will heal my foot. And my eyes. But yes, Shiring seems to hold no miracles these days. We heard the Earl is punishing his people for his own entertainment.
I heard so too. Have you seen a group of knights led by a man named Richard of Shiring?
No, we just arrived and headed straight for the church.
Ah, still, thank you. Have you seen a group of knights led by a man named Richard of Shiring?
A group of knights, you say?
Are they perhaps interested in buying linen for a new gambeson?
They might, but I need to find them first.
We shall be on the lookout then.
Ten budeme potřebovat.
I don't have any business in there now.
Sakra, tak kde by mohl být?
He doesn't seem to be here.
Tamhle v těch troskách? Nebo tamhle někde? Nebo troskách, tady vlastně to je ta stavba toho... On si tady staví ten vlastní hrad, že?
The remains of Waileran's castle.
Aha. Tady jakoby něco je, ale nic s tím nemůžu. Tak se budeme muset ptát asi na tom tržišti. Žebrák bude vědět.
That's not him. That's not him either. Have you seen Richard?
I have not, I'm afraid.
That's not him.
Our Earl sees.
No, he's not here.
Earl acts. But we are not lost. We must prepare ourselves.
That's not him either.
Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is upon us. As it is written in the book of Matthew.
That's not him.
Things are taking place that will lead our generation.
Jsme tady odhodili a bylo nám to k ničemu.
Open your eyes. The signs are all around us.
Come on, I thought you had more to spare than that.
Kde ho mám najít?
Have you seen Richard and his knights?
They came by and looked at a few swords, but they didn't mention where they were going.
The bishop's palace.
Tady je něco, co nám ale nereaguje.
He doesn't seem to be here. Have you seen a group of knights?
I'm not sure. I saw so many people today.
It's all right. I can't. Richard needs it.
Hospoda.
The soul lights up. Inspirations flicker. The soul lights up. Inspirations flicker.
How's business?
Slow.
Well, at least you still have your regulars.
Even in bad times, people drink. The Earl of Shiring has imposed new laws and taxes, and it makes times very bad for us.
Any new information on Maud's army, Sir Alonso?
Robert of Gloucester will bring the Angevin. There are said to be 1,000 men. But Stephen will bring more, and we'll be with him to lead the charge.
Does Robert of Gloucester have skilled men fighting for him?
Damned if we know.
Victory and glory will be ours, one way or another.
Today we ride to Lincoln. Drinks are on me. Taverner! Another round for everyone!
You're the best, Richard.
It's Sir Richard.
Rozhazování peněz asi není moudrý.
It is Sir Richard.
Oh.
And here I thought you needed my money for new armor.
Oh, I do. A knight is only as good as his equipment. Have you seen Alonso's sword? With men-at-arms so well equipped, how could I fight alongside King Stephen less well equipped?
And inferior armor may cost him his life.
Only the best for the best.
And how much do you need?
Enough for proper armaments, and then some to quench my friend's thirst.
No. How much is necessary?
Do you want me to go into battle stark naked and on bare feet?
Oh, don't be absurd. But you could spend our money a little more wisely.
Do you want William Hamley to become Earl of Shiring or me?
What kind of question is that? If we're lucky, then he will never return from the Holy Land.
He already did.
What?
We ran into Robert of Gloucester's men. At first, I wasn't sure it was him. He wore the cloak of a crusader.
No. Don't do it. Please. Have mercy. My God, please. Don't.
And then King Stephen called out his name.
William Hamley, join me. We ride.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want to upset you.
You what?
This is not about you or me, Ali. Allowing the father of that monster to remain Earl would not only betray our father, it'd mean betraying everyone. William is a butcher, a filthy bastard without honor.
Mind your tongue. You speak of the son of the Earl of Shiring.
I am the son of the Earl.
Sir Richard, your father went against our king and lost his title and his lands. You are not the heir to the title, not as things are now.
What did you just say?
Oh, easy.
You treacherous bastard!
Calm down. Do you want to slaughter each other and help the enemy?
Accusing me of treason. You most loyal man-at-arms.
Me or William? Choose a goddamn side, Alonso of Toledo. Come on, choose!
You disparage me for stating the truth. I've always been your most loyal man-at-arms,
Richard.
Have I not?
Good. At least there's one person I can rely on. My sister.
Can't believe this.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you go into war arguing like this.
I asked for your money, not for your advice. The one with the biggest mouth, too.
I'm just trying to keep you grounded.
Obviously, they have no idea how to settle a conflict without a fight.
How dare you imply that William and his fat father have a right to my lands?
Do they often fight like that?
Ah, they're both very proud. Give them a few days, they'll get tired.
They don't have that long. An apology
now,
would
can't you
solve
just
this.
agree to disagree, please? I'm sorry. You see? There's nothing to it.
I said nothing wrong. Percy Hamley's title is a fact, not an opinion.
It is not.
I've
He
collected
does
our
not
earnings,
deserve it.
Richard.
Good. At least there's one person I can rely on. My sister.
Can't believe this.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you go into war arguing like this.
I asked for your money, not for your advice.
This is not about who deserves what. The king appointed him. You should come to terms with that fact.
What did you just say?
What's your secret to success? You know, running a tavern.
People will give their last shirt for pleasant distractions. Especially when they have a lot they want to be distracted from.
Oh, no.
I'm done talking to you.
No right thoughts enliven me while my stomach's hollow.
You hear? Fill us up.
But you haven't had a right thought all day.
Maybe I'll be the next Earl then.
Oh, that's awful.
Very mature.
I'm not thirsty.
Do you want to say something?
Never.
It's for guests only. I have to give money to my knight.
Nějaké musím nejdřív uklidnit něčím.
I don't have time to deal with drunks.
Can't we just forget about it?
No.
I hope I won't need to carry a shield.
More song.
I doubt that would help to stop their quarrelling. Obviously, they have no idea how to settle a conflict without a fight. Obviously, they have no idea how to settle a conflict without a fight.
Možná se mi je podaří usmířit.
Just think of the battle you will have to fight together.
I'm thinking of my dignity.
I can't talk sense into him. I can't talk sense into him. Can't you do something?
I'm probably more lost than you are.
Do you want to say something?
He doesn't know what to do either.
Never.
I can't. Richard needs it.
Would you like to order?
Oh, thank you, but I'm just here to see my brother and his men before the battle. I didn't buy it.
Can't we just forget
that
about
belongs
it?
to the tavern.
Do you ever work?
The Earl burned down the old man's mill.
No mill, no work.
The taverner makes money with each tankard he sells. No, but it's good to know that I have it.
Tak, jak vymyslet nějaký jejich usmíření?
How would you settle a fight?
If you're in trouble, run.
Oh, but they're usually friends. Running wouldn't help.
Then let them play a game to decide who's right.
Good idea.
Hra. Okay.
Do you want to say something?
Never.
Do you have any games with you?
Why
Can't
would
we
I
just
take a
forget
game
about
into
it?
battle?
To get your mind off things.
I don't need to.
Do you have any games?
Divination is entertaining. You throw some sticks and they answer your deepest questions.
Ooh, like what?
If that person you like likes you back.
I don't think that's what I'm looking for.
Hmm.
Do you have any games?
Board games have no place on the battlefield.
You're just afraid to break them.
Co kočmář?
Do you want to say something?
Do you have any games for entertainment?
Only what's needed to keep the customers here a little longer. I can offer a set of dice.
No video.
I'm not in the mood for gambling, Lady Aliena.
You're never in the mood for entertainment.
Games of luck are a waste of time.
Do you have any games for entertainment?
Only what's needed to keep the customers here a little longer. I can offer a set of dice.
I'm not in the mood for gambling, Lady Aliena.
Takže tohle
You're
to
never
asi
in the
ne.
mood for entertainment.
Games of luck are a waste of time.
Can't we just forget about it?
No.
No, that's not the kind of game the girl was talking about. No games here. No, that's not the kind of game the girl was talking about.
Dobře. Jdeme hledat někde nějakou hru. Co bychom jim mohli nabídnout?
No games here. No, that's not the kind of game the girl was talking about. Do you have any games with you?
We carry the French game of Viége with us.
Oh, could I borrow it?
If you bring it back before nightfall, I see no harm in it.
I will.
Tak.
Do you want to say something?
Never.
Now fight it out like real knights should. With a battle of wits.
Playing a board game, I don't know.
You're scared I could win.
Oh, let's begin.
Now, let's start with a careful opening.
No, the battlefield is no place to get cozy.
Hey, don't rush me. I know what I'm doing. First, I'll focus on defense. Let's see what Alonso's got.
Ooh, well played. A classic opening move.
Now's a good time to attack.
Oh, sometimes victory lies in numbers, but often it lies in a single soldier at the right spot, right?
Yes, and I play to win. And here I stride to victory.
You reached the end of the board.
What a crowning! I got a king!
You call this piece a king? In Spain, we call it a queen. She's quite powerful and has a mind of her own.
All right, a queen then. Now I can sweep the entire board with her.
No, don't be hasty. The highest art of war is to break the enemy without a fight.
Nonsense. I have to seize this advantage. I've got a queen on my side. Time to rampage. When the sovereign has been claimed, the game is almost decided.
I could fight to the last piece. But a good commander has foresight, and I can see this game is lost. I admit defeat.
You ended this before it even began. Even a scribe would struggle making this an epic of glory.
This was about strategy, not showmanship. It seems like Lady Aliena is a valuable strategic advisor. This is a good start, but you have a long way to go.
You're always so critical.
I understand that he's the tactician, and I endeavour to trust his instincts and experience to guide him.
But you yourself are an exceptional diplomat and businesswoman here. You complement each other in the way you think.
I guess you're right.
If you are wise enough to trust these queen's instincts in these matters, my friend, you too will indeed be able to take back the earldom.
You think we can do it? So, can I rely on your loyalty?
You can.
Of course, we're brothers in arms.
Good. You've an important battle ahead of you. I'll bring you the money.
Nejdřív poctivě vrátíme tu deskovou hru. Potom mu přineseme ty peníze.
You've done me a great favor.
We are glad to hear it. Thank you for returning it.
We always pass the time on our travels trying to best each other.
Tak.
Here.
You must be losing your touch if that's all you got.
You're not the only one who needs my support.
But what's more important than the oath we gave to Father?
Kingsbridge, the people who took us in.
Well, if I die in battle, you'll know why.
Yes, because of your pride and stubbornness. Must you really fight? What is all this good for?
For Father, Ali. I will save Shiring from Percy Hamley.
But who's going to save you?
With men like these, I'm afraid I'm already beyond saving. For victory!
For victory!
For victory!
I see. I wish you the best of luck. I'll be at the marketplace with Philip.
And make more money, I hope.
To jsem myslel, že nejdřív mu seženeme ty věci. Nakonec ne, jo. Zpět za Filipem.
Have you finished your business?
Yes.
Glad to hear it.
Philip, I now understand why our market at Kingsbridge has had more visitors lately. Shiring isn't what it used to be. Steep taxes and strict laws have taken their toll on the town.
Is that so?
These merchants would give anything to do their business at another fleece fair, but there's none nearby. They need a place with fair taxes, one that can put those taxes to good use.
Are you thinking of a fleece fair in Kingsbridge?
Call in the monk and the woman he's with. You, impatient monk. It's your turn. The girl, too.
Me? What? Did you want me to come with you?
No. We're not first in line, are we?
Well, lucky you, then. Get moving. Philip of Gwynedd, Prior of Kingsbridge. The Earl of Shiring.
Thank you for hearing me, old Percy. Please allow me to introduce my friend, Aliena of Kingsbridge.
I knew it was you. Oh, it doesn't sound like you missed me.
No.
I demand to talk to the Earl of Shiring. He has broken his word.
You are talking to the Earl of Shiring.
Bishop Waleran?
The enemies of this earldom have taken Percy Hamley from our midst.
Mother!
Ale.
Do you consider yourself a friend of the earldom of Shiring, Philip?
Friend? That damn monk is drinking the blood of my earldom!
It is not for us to damn them, Lord William. But judge them we must.
I don't take as kindly to thieves as my father did. Shiring is changing.
What crimes did we commit then?
The king has never licensed a market in Kingsbridge.
Your market is illegal, Philip.
You are stealing my taxes by allowing my people to trade in your sorry priory, and you disrespect my authority!
Is that true, Philip?
I will talk to the king about this.
You and your friends have always played by your own rules, but not anymore. Fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. The days of Kingsbridge Cathedral are over.
Now leave. The next time I will show no mercy.
Hezky pěkně.
I had assumed that as long as the market was held within the walls of the priory and the taxes supported the construction of our cathedral, Kingsbridge would need no market license. I had made a foolish mistake. Now I had no option but to call on King Stephen for help. And as Aliena suggested, I joined the knights on their way north to Lincoln.
Tak, doufám, že nás teďka... Jo... Že nás teďka nekousne do zadku to, že jsme nedali tomu našemu bratrovi víc peněz.
More and more men joined our group. Most of them had no horses and no weapons to speak of. As King Stephen prepared for his final battle against Robert of Gloucester, he had ordered all able men of his earldoms to fight in the north. Then, at nightfall, our group reached a large camp of Stephen's men. Many men asked me to pray with them. They were husbands, fathers, and children about to fight in a war that most of them did not understand. It was then that I witnessed Aliena's brother Richard shouting at a man. The man was in tears, saying he did not want to fight and begging to be allowed to go home. I told Richard to have pity. Full of anger, he told me that he would hang deserters himself if need be. Then the man interrupted us by shouting infamities about Robert of Gloucester and started to laugh. Richard and his knights joined in and began to cheer for the king. Richard seemed to me just as desperate as the young man, but he did not know it. His temper would not make him a just earl, I thought. But again, I hoped to see a cruel man win his battles, only to defeat a man more cruel than him, William Hamley. After a long first day on my way to Lincoln, I found a place to rest. I fell asleep soon and dreamed about soldiers. But these soldiers were not on their way to Lincoln. They had come up the twisting hillside path to our little hamlet in North Wales. My brother Francis and I had tried to outrun them and to warn my parents. But as always when I had this dream, we were too late. King Henry's men had killed Mam and Da. Abbot Peter came to take us in, just as it had happened so long ago. But this time, in my dream, something was different. I was 6 years old then, and Abbot Peter had not yet taught us about God. But still, I asked the monk the question, why did God do that? I had said that. It had been my voice answering the child. It was me. I was responsible for the fate of these children, Richard and Aliena. As I tried to calm them, I realized the blood of their father was still on my hands. I awoke with a start. It was as if my dream had not been a warning, but a reminder. I had sinned, and I had to atone for my sins. I prayed that I would be able to help those that had already suffered by my hand, and all of Kingsbridge. After what felt like an eternity, the sun rose and we continued on our way to Lincoln. As we moved, I remembered hearing that Bishop Waleran had been to Rome, and William had fought in the Holy Land. I told myself that King Stephen would eventually see these men for what they really were. He had to. And I tried to convince myself that God would make things right.
You are late. Is it done?
No. Their builder is alive.
What about the saint?
I couldn't get into their crypt unseen.
You disappoint me again, Timothy.
Please, when did I ever fail you before today, Right Reverend?
Regan Hamley is alive.
She didn't.
No. Your poison has left her in a deep sleep. When the time is right, I will send our Earl of Shiring to finish what I asked of you. Kingsbridge will fall.
Hurry up, my friend. Or do you not want to see our king after all?
I fear I must.
Then let's not waste more time. Come on, Philip. Where do we find King Stephen?
Who's asking?
Richard of Kingsbridge.
I've heard of you.
Good things, I hope.
Maybe. You can go inside the cathedral.
Where are all the knights and soldiers?
I should go first.
But this is a house of God.
Only 2 more days.
If they know what's good for them, they'll surrender.
I'd be disappointed if Maud would give up so easily.
My king! You have my sword!
Good! Who is that?
Richard of Kingsbridge.
Him. Now, what about those archers out there?
Ah, Sir Richard, you made it.
Had a monk to look after.
You should visit our enemies, father. They should be praying, for we'll cut their heads off.
Yeah.
Hear, hear.
Jo.
There's no two ways about it. I have to go out there myself to see what's going on.
My king, Ranulph's archers are only waiting for you.
They know they'll be at my mercy once I've dealt with Robert the Bastard and Ranulph the traitor. I doubt they dare shoot me.
Stephen, be reasonable.
Henry, will the church for once shut up? We are at war. Wonderful. Now, I will go out there without getting shot in the head. I must know why they posted the archers up there today. Just for once, use your brain. Think.
Yes, my king.
My king? You? What are you doing here? Have you come to atone for having your monks write that heretical book?
No, my bishop.
So you continue to doubt your bishops, your pope?
Henry.
How dare you show your face here?
Henry! I told you I am not to be disturbed.
This monk should be thrown into a cell. Maybe then he will see reason.
What? Because he doubts your miracles? I have to admit, having someone walk over red-hot plowshares or putting his hand in boiling water to prove he's innocent is entertaining. I give you that.
Stephen!
But the monk is right, of course. There is a tendency that your miracles conveniently happen when the church needs them most. Whoever believes that to be a coincidence or miraculous deserves no place at my table. Philip the Prior. I remember you. I will make sure my brother won't arrest you. But I don't have time for you just now. Unless you have a solution for my problem. There are archers outside, probably looking forward to killing me. But I have to see what's going on out there with my own eyes, without getting shot. If you don't have a solution for my problem, do not disturb us. We shall talk later.
No tak se převlíkni třeba za mnicha, ne?
Father, I'm afraid.
Come now. What are you afraid of?
I own a mill. I built it myself. The only thing I was ever good at. I will die if I have to fight.
Do you have a family?
A wife. I can't go out there. I can't.
You must not run. You would be hanged.
But I don't know if I can do it.
You must.
When we go to battle, will you pray for me, Father?
Of course. Of course I will.
Tak.
I will spare myself the malice and infamy. A shield could surely stop an arrow.
Ještě něco jiného by se dalo vymyslet. Určitě.
They are already praying for Stephen, but I doubt that's the solution he's looking for. I doubt he would know the answer. What would be the safest way to face an archer?
Are you thinking of joining us in battle?
He's finally become one of us.
Never mind. Our king's advisors believe it would be dangerous for him to stand out here in front of the archers.
They're right.
They are?
Don't worry. They won't waste their arrows on monks and peasants. But the king would definitely be a tempting target. Would end the war in the blink of an eye. I wouldn't hesitate to shoot the bastard of Gloucester either.
Přesně to, o čem jsem mluvil. Převlek.
No, I should tell the king that dressing less conspicuously might be a good idea. If you were to dress like a poor man, not like a king or a soldier, the archers might not shoot at you.
This is highly inappropriate, Philip of Gwynedd.
It is. But he's right. Robert's a bastard, but his men are not without honor. I may try it. A good idea. You are Welsh, aren't you?
Yes, my king.
The Welsh are moving against me as we speak. They call themselves kings over there. Did you know that?
I do. I was born in the kingdom of Gwynedd.
Barbarian kings. Robert of Gloucester did well to enlist them for his cause. I remember how, when we first met, you told me you were worried about Robert of Gloucester. You saw it. I saw it. But no one else at this table did. Now he'll arrive in 2 days' time to fight us. Tell me, Philip, why have you come all the way from Kingsbridge to see me?
Tak.
I have come to you to tell you that I made a great mistake.
What is that?
I have conducted a market without a license.
Is that so?
It was my fault. I thought the church did not need a license.
Did you hear that, Henry?
Yes, my brother.
My brother makes that same mistake all too often.
The Earl of Shiring, William Hamley, broke the pact I had made with his parents and you, my king. He stopped supporting our cathedral with stone and timber.
He had a right to do that. And he is a loyal friend of mine. You broke the law.
Yes, my king.
But I consider you a friend as well. I hereby grant you the same market rights as Shiring. It would be a shame if you didn't finish your cathedral.
Thank you. Thank you, my king.
What's going on out there?
Of course. That's why all those archers are up there. Robert of Gloucester is not attacking in 2 days. He's attacking today. To arms! It's an ambush. Do not use the front entrance. They knew that would draw us out. I need my horse.
As Stephen and his men went to face the approaching army, his brother, Bishop Henry, urged me up to the top of the cathedral. His fear had made him forget about our dispute. I had never been that high up.
Pray with me, Philip. Pray that Stephen will win, so this war can end.
I closed my eyes to pray. And I forgot about Kingsbridge, and the market, and what I wanted. I simply prayed for peace. And as I did, I realized that ever since the dream about my parents, I had not prayed. What if, as in the dream, my prayers would not be heard now? I begged the Lord to make me see. To make me see that he was there.
Philip, look!
I was too far away to understand what was happening.
Robert's men. They're winning. Stephen is lost.
It felt like the world was spinning under my feet. I was afraid that I would fall. I closed my eyes. And then I saw.
They're breaking through the church doors!
Where are the women?
And then I knew it was us. Only us. No devil to harm us. No God to protect us. Only us.
Philip was gone for 2 weeks.
We had no idea what had happened to him. To be true, we had other things on our mind, Ali and I.
Are you sure we're alone?
Right now, there's only you and me.
Look at that.
Told you.
I hope Philip and Richard are all right.
Me too.
Say, Jack, have you read our book?
What about you? What did you think?
I thought you said
No, this is Philip's fault. If all this falls apart because he set up an illegal market, he alone will be responsible.
I have faith in him, and so should you. Who else could save Kingsbridge if not him?
Do you still remember the text?
Well, do you?
Well... I think I remember one part.
Oh? And which one was that?
Before me, she stood, her clothing set aside. No flaw to be found in all her body.
All clothing was set aside?
All of it.
And there was no flaw?
No flaw at all.
Oh, his shoulders and his arms I saw and I caressed. And then his chest, a form made to be felt and touched.
Careful there.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
Don't be. How flat her belly beneath her slender waist. Her flanks, what form. What perfect thighs.
Yours are remarkable as well.
That's not how the text goes.
Is it not?
Maybe it is.
Why recall each aspect? Nothing that I saw lacked perfection. As I hugged my naked body close to his.
Ali.
Yes?
I love you.
I love you too. I always will.
Did you hear something?
No. It's only us, Jack. You and me.
It is us. Only us.
Hmm? Hey! Philip the Prior! Monk! That's better. Never let them see you weak. Stand tall.
He never was a man of God. Now I think I know why.
What is there to look at, monk?
Why do you do all this?
Because I want to. No god, bloodline, or fate made me king. I took the throne. I chose to rule, and I chose to fight. And I'm not done yet.
Is it worth all these lives?
To best Maud? By God, yes. It's a game that I intend to win.
Richard!
Don't draw attention to yourself. Not when they have you in a cage. Not if you're the king.
Why am I in here?
You are with us, are you not?
I prayed for peace.
Peace is the wait between one battle and the next. You were right about William Hamley.
How so?
The moment the battle took a turn for the worse, he and his men switched sides. The Earl of Shiring is fighting for Maud now, and for Robert.
William Hamley is only fighting for himself, and for Bishop Waleran. How many died?
What?
How many people died in the battle?
Too many. I even lost my horse. But Robert is not an animal. I'll give him that. Or we wouldn't be here.
He's over there. Thank you.
Francis!
Oh, Philip.
Of course. You came with your master, Earl Robert, did you not?
Yes. When I heard from Bishop Henry that you were in Lincoln, I started looking. He thought you were dead.
Not yet. It is good to see you, brother.
Henry said you came because you need a market license.
Yes.
I think I know someone who can help. I'll have you released, and then we will go to Winchester. Just be patient for a moment.
What about you?
My loyals will make their moves. The game is not yet over.
If you want peace, if you want to save the lives of the innocent, you have to give up.
Never. That's the only thing I'm not good at.
Then there really is no hope.
So this is your brother? I have heard much about you, Prior. Your brother has supported our family for many years now. And we remember those who are loyal to us. Hereby, I grant Kingsbridge the same market rights as Shiring.
The same rights?
The same.
Thank you, my queen.
Thank you.
The bloodline is restored. Not long, and my son will take his rightful place here on the throne.
All will be as it was. I will be a just king, as Grandfather Henry was.
Peace will be restored in England. Do you have anything else you wish to tell us, Prior?
No. Nothing.
Thank you, my queen.
To nezaregistrovalo to moje kliknutí asi. Tak tohle to si stejně asi nepřečtem, že? Jasně. Tady prostě není. To je někde až tady takhle vedle pryč. Prostě ten text se rozbil tady.
In the last 2 days of the Fleece Fair, we have collected more money than we did during the last 3 markets combined.
Is the Earl of Shiring not opposed to us doing a Fleece Fair of our own?
The law protects us.
And our lord.
He is. Our time of trepidation is finally over.
It will never be over.
What did you say, Philip?
Nothing. The music is too loud.
Our prior is right. The display out there is not appropriate for our monastery.
The fair will be over soon. And by then, Kingsbridge will be self-sufficient.
Philip? Ah, you're back. How are things at the quarry?
All's in order. We won't have any further problems. So, why did you ask me to come?
It's about Jack. He got into a fight with Alfred again. Have you come to a decision yet about my proposition?
I'm not sure.
Jack can already read and write, and there is much more we can teach him here. What does his mother think?
She may never agree to marry me because of this. She believes I'm favoring Alfred. But Alfred is the master craftsman. I taught him since he was 6. Jack is only an apprentice, and the two can't go on like this.
No, they cannot.
He wouldn't work on the cathedral, but he could stay in Kingsbridge.
He could?
I have no choice. I want the best for my children. For all of them.
Of course. Let us talk to Jack, then.
Yes.
Tohle to Jack asi nebude chtít, ale...
Tom? Wait for me.
Philip? Something is ailing you, isn't it? Philip, you told me in Cuthbert once that if you became prior, you would want to fight the priory's debt. Remember? It was the day little Jonathan came to us.
Yes, I remember. He was so little.
You achieved what you set out to do, and so much more. If only Cuthbert was still here with us to see this.
Milius, we have not had time to talk since I returned.
There was time, but you avoided it.
I have a bad feeling about all this.
Why? For once, all is well.
It started even before I left my brother in Winchester, but he's still in the middle of all the chaos out there. I'm afraid. For him. For all of us. But it's not just that.
No?
I think I've lost my faith.
You?
Let us talk later, like we used to.
Yes, of course. We will.
Are you not coming, Remigius?
I have pressing matters to attend to, my prior.
All right.
And what kind of surprise is it?
Well, I think you'll be amazed, both of you.
Ooh, now I'm curious. When can we see it?
I should be done this afternoon. Come on, Jonathan. Let's have a look at the bear.
Yes, please.
Have fun, boys. Any idea what he's up to?
I have no idea.
Father, Jack took tools from the site. I don't know what he did with them, but I know he took them.
Well, you two won't get a chance to quarrel in the future. Philip will see to that. But Jack is not the only one to blame in this. Martha, have you seen Jack?
He went with Jonathan to see the bear fight.
With Jonathan? That's dangerous. What is he thinking? Oh.
Oh, by the way, I've heard from Richard.
Is he all right?
The message didn't say, but I assume he's fine.
Why's that?
He says he needs me to buy him a new horse.
Look at him go!
Are you sure you want to see this?
Of course. What a show.
Why did the bear and dog fight?
It's in their nature. The beast that is more clever and stronger wins.
No. For them, there is no winning.
Jonathan, come here. You shouldn't have brought him here. It's dangerous.
I'm always doing something wrong no matter what I do. If Alfred had brought him here, I bet there wouldn't have been a problem.
There would have.
Maybe it's better if you and Jonathan go.
Come on.
Jack.
What?
I know how you feel.
Oh, really?
The world is unjust. We are like these poor animals, forced to tear at each other's flesh. It is a game that they force us to play.
Who? Tom?
No. The kings and empresses, even the bishop, Tom, and all of us are made to live in an unjust world in which we are forced to make unjust decisions again and again. And we don't even know we are playing their game. You have every right to be angry. But there is a way to remove yourself from that cage. Perhaps not for the sake of God, but for the sake of man.
What do you mean?
I want you to become a monk.
Wait! Don't go wandering off on your own.
You want to buy twice as much? I'll sell you twice as much.
Have you two seen my son?
Ellen. He went over to see the bear fight.
Aliena? I have come to...
To what?
What's wrong with your brother?
I've no idea.
Aliena, I have come to ask for your hand in marriage.
Are you mad, Alfred Builder?
What?
Why would you think that I...
Did you hear that?
What was that?
Co se zase stalo? Přátelé, Já to tady budu muset utnout, protože, jak jsem říkal, zítra musím být čipernej, takže to dneska nemůžu natahovat, musím si jít lehnout trošku dřív. Každopádně skoro 2 hodinky jsme tomu dneska dali. Něco maličko jsme posunuli se v příběhu, nastaly pěkný zvraty. Bůh ví, kam to tady bude dál zpět. Ale pro teď to tady zapíchnu. Takže jo, přátelé. Já vám všem děkuji za návštěvu. Přeju vám krásnou dobrou noc, nebo zbytek noci, večera, pokud se budete bavit ještě někam dál. A v týdnu to zase bude všelijaký, takže sledujte, když tak nadpis vypnutýho streamu, když budou nějaký day-offíky nebo něco, tak to tam samozřejmě písnu. Nejspíš streamy budou asi později večer. Nevím fakt, jak to budu přes týden stíhat. Uvidíme. Nějak to snad vymyslím. A když ne, tak hold. Budou nějaký day-offíky zase. Tak jo, pro teď všechno. Mějte se hezky a u dalšího streamu zase. Ahoj.